Before the half hour in Boston, Kylian Mbappe stands over a penalty. After a VAR delay so long his whole team is fuming, and Bounou saves it. The revenge dream is alive. And 90 minutes later, Morocco are going home anyway, beaten by the exact same score as 2022. Stay with me, because the Golden Boot just flipped. France just did something only two teams in history have ever done, and there's an injury watch that could decide this entire World Cup. Let's go. The 60th minute, Mbappe cuts in off the left and curls one beyond Bounou. 1-0. 6 minutes later, Ousmane Dembélé hits one so pure that Bounou gets a hand to it, and it still skips in. 2-0. 15 minutes of French football and 4 years of Moroccan dreaming. Done. 2-0 in the 2022 semi-final. 2-0 in the 2026 quarter-final. History doesn't just repeat, it photocopies. But rewind, because for an hour, Morocco's revenge was genuinely on, and one man kept refusing France. Bounou. The penalty save from Mbappe, after a VAR delay so long that Les Bleus were remonstrating with the referee before the ball was even placed. A flying stop from Zerdo on 35. A leaning kick save from Mateta. Hands on a Barcola breakaway. 6 saves on the night, the best player on the pitch. In defeat, the second World Cup running he's broken French hearts for an hour. Add him to Chaubert, Nyland and Vozinha. This has become the goalkeeper's World Cup. And the cruelest part, every single one of them is going home. And it was a genuinely entertaining 0-0 at the break, honestly. France skied chances. Elise released Mbappe only for the flag to go up. And Morocco's best moment nearly came from a Frenchman. Talbi whipped in a cross, and Diotou Pamecano took a wild swing that looped millimeters over his own crossbar. Manu Khan went down clutching a knee and played on. Half-time, goalless, and everything's still possible. Then France came out with a chip on their shoulder after that penalty chaos, and simply changed gear. 15 minutes, 2 moments of pure class. Game over. Morocco's attack never truly arrived. Brahim Diaz starved of service, and by the time the coach rolled the dice, Rahimi, Amrabat off the bench, it was already 2-0. Issa Diop's yellow card for catching Mbappe, his second of the tournament, means he'd have been suspended for a semi-final Morocco never reached. Football's little cruelties. Deschamps could even afford a luxury 20-year-old Warren Zaire-Emery making his World Cup debut with the game won. That's the terrifying depth of this squad. And late on, the moment every neutral winced at, Mbappe down after a heavy challenge, subbed off, ice strapped to his right ankle on the bench. And spare the real moment for Morocco. Back-to-back quarterfinals, the first African nation ever to do it, with half the neutral world adopted as their second team. 19-year-old Ayoub Bouadi became the second youngest player in World Cup quarter-final history, behind only Pele in 58, and the first African teenager ever to make 5 World Cup appearances. Bounou leaves as arguably the tournament's best keeper. Hakimi leaves having faced the country that made him, twice in 4 years, with his head high. This wasn't the end of a fairy tale. It was a checkpoint for a power. They'll be back in 2030, and next time, they won't be a story. They'll be a favourite. So, debate 1. France, 2-0, again. Is this simply the most ruthless knockout machine of this generation? Or, hand on heart, were Morocco one Bounou penalty save from a completely different night? And does 2-0 flatter France again? Pick a side. Comments either way, France just joined a club with only 2 other members in 100 years. But first, the number that flipped tonight. Quick one, subscribe to Pitchside FC for a fresh debate every morning. Right, the Golden Boot. Because Mbappe's curler didn't just beat Morocco. It made it 8 goals apiece, Mbappe and Messi dead level at the top, except they're not level. Remember the tiebreaker. Assists and Mbappe has more. So as of tonight, Kylian Mbappe leads the Golden Boot race on the tiebreak over Lionel Messi, with Haaland 1 back on 7 and Kane on 6, and all 4 still alive in this tournament. And here's the pattern nobody's talking about. The 2 men at the top have now missed 3 penalties between them this World Cup. Messi 2, Mbappe 1. Every miss saved by a keeper having the night of his life. The greatest scorers on earth, in the greatest scoring race in modern World Cup history, and the thing separating them might end up being 12 yards of pure nerve. Messi answers this weekend against Switzerland. Haaland and Kane answer each other tomorrow, face to face, in Miami. This race might genuinely go to the final kick of the final. And the man leading it just walked off with ice on his ankle. Hold that thought. Now zoom out on France, because the numbers are getting silly. 6 games. 6 wins. The only team at this World Cup to win every match, and they haven't needed a single minute of extra time. That is now a 3rd consecutive World Cup semi-final, and only 2 other teams in the history of this tournament have ever done that. They beat you when they're brilliant. They beat you when they're average. They beat you when their striker misses a penalty. But the worry is real. Mbappé, the Golden Boot leader, the tournament's most decisive player, finished the night on the bench with an ice pack on his right ankle. The early word was that it didn't look serious, but nothing official yet, and the semi-final is Tuesday. Every France fan on earth is watching one ankle for 4 days. We'll track it daily right here. And France's semi-final opponent gets decided tonight. Spain against Belgium. The wall that has not conceded a single goal all tournament. 6 straight clean sheets. Against the attack that just put 4 past a host nation with De Bruyne on the bench. The models make Spain heavy favourites, roughly 59-17. Somebody's streak dies tonight, and the winner gets France on Tuesday. Then tomorrow, the big one, Norway against England. Haaland versus Kane. 7 goals against 6, a golden boot duel inside a quarter-final. And Saturday night, Argentina walk into the Swiss trap. Every verdict, right here, every morning. So, tonight's big one. France have now reached 3 straight semi-finals, buried the revenge story, and made winning look boring. Be honest with yourself. Is anyone left in this bracket actually beating a fully fit France over 90 minutes? If yes, who? Spain's wall, Haaland's chaos, England's grind, Messi's destiny. Name them. And if Mbappe's ankle says no on Tuesday, does the whole answer change? Pick a side. Comments. Now best takes get pinned. Subscribe to Pitchside FC, turn on notifications. The Spain-Belgium verdict lands tomorrow morning. Daily all the way to the final. Pitchside FC. Pick a side.